Hi. So, before we begin, let me give a quick summary so we all know what's going on before we get into it. So, guys, here's my script. So, around the 1920s, many Americans were afraid of the communist way of life, which is basically you don't own anything. Yeah, and Americans were threatened by that because Americans had freedom and they didn't want that stripped from them. They wanted to own their own stuff, their own property, their own houses, all that stuff. So, for some background, in 1917, Russia was revolted against and taken over by the Bolsheviks. And once this type of uprising occurred, there were large amounts of fear that the same uprising would occur again, but this time in the United States of America. Now, a major factor that contributed to this fear was the fact that there was tons and tons of immigrants coming in from countries that there was communist beliefs from, and they thought that it would contribute to another uprising, the people's beliefs in communism. And in 1919, these worries from the American people came out to be not entirely wrong, because there was 36 bombs mailed to the important American people, like businessmen and someone, and people such as Alexander Palmer, or a Supreme Court Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr. were some of the people targeted. And then from these two incidents, multiple raids, nicknamed the Palmer raids, occurred to try and get rid of the communists and the anarchist peoples. And this outrage and tons of fear and stuff going on was basically called the Red Scare. And they named the Reds were a nickname for the communists, so that's where that originated from.